Disclaimer. Viewer discretion is advised. The following podcast contains highly unqualified opinions, friendly banter, and completely biased takes on Rocket League gameplay. All trash talk is performed by trained amateurs in a controlled environment. Do not take it personally. Nothing said here is meant to offend, only to entertain and push each other to play at our peak. If you find yourself getting roasted, play better. This is CrashCast. No breaks, all boost.
All right, this is the sixth episode of the podcast.
Yep.
It was
Number 6.
Go.
Woo!
I'm your main host, Yoki. We got Darty and Ty here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yo.
The main
I needed to
people.
come in and bring the big guns of data.
Yes, we're gonna be working with Carl too.
Carl 2 and Tableau. Tableau's gonna have all the ball chasing statistics, and then Carl 2 gonna have some of the more fun stuff like pass maps, 50s, interactions, touches, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. And before we get straight into it, though, I do want to remind people that are watching, if you want to get on the podcast, please sign up the guest forms, and we'll try to get you on as soon as possible. Yes, sir.
I can put that in league resources for you guys, so you can
Oh,
find
yeah.
that there along with all the 3v3 stuff like the Tableau dashboard we're gonna be going through.
All right, sick. So I guess we're just gonna start with the at a random C tier. One will just
Yep.
work our way up in that one.
Sounds
What
good.
you guys
You want to go to the
feeling?
league overview?
Yeah. So head
Legal.
here, and I mean, should we just start top down? I guess like work our way this way.
Yep.
So
That one's
that's-
actually an FF. Moby Dick's didn't show
Oh
up
yeah,
there.
that was the stream game. Yeah,
Oh,
Yup.
that's tough. The one I was supposed to commentate on.
mm.
Okay, so we'll go with Jormungandr race.
All right, cool. Start with that.
Nice little game 4. Didn't walk away empty-handed. Jormungandr, C tier. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And the scores are adjusted like when you see that like Ant had a bad series.
Yeah.
It's adjusted for what the player does on average and compares it to the league.
Oh, I see.
So having 191 points a game, like how many games did he play?
They played- Oh,
Yeah, he played one game, so don't judge that too heavily on
Oh,
Ant.
okay.
He only played one game.
Mm.
But in that one game, he didn't do a ton, so it's like, eh. But, yeah, kind of standard here. We generally are not seeing the connections we'd expect to from them. Also, that's not a bug. His name is
showing
Orc.
from Q-Full.
Oh, yeah,
400 average
real.
points is solid, especially for C tier.
Yeah.
That's my boy, bro. He pulls the goat, bro.
So the league average score, is this based off of his average so far?
It's based off of, I think it's the C tier average.
Because it keeps changing, right? So like right
Okay,
here
then
it
it's
says.
yeah, it's
So it's based off of his last game in the series, or the last series
Yeah, like,
he played as well.
the amount of like all games he played.
Damn. So he's
He's
right on
in
with
the
his
league.
average. Damn, he
Yeah,
averages 400.
So he
Yeah,
he
every
averages
game.
400.
That's crazy. So yeah. So Ant with the one, maybe he played one game last week, but last
Yeah,
time he
he
did
played
almost
a
300
couple
points.
times.
So
Yeah. So we're saying that this is not how we expect Ant to play generally.
Yeah.
Like if you click on Ant, it'll go to his like player stat page, and you can just hit the back button. So yeah, he played 2 matches last week and then 1 match this week.
yeah, okay.
The stats are still kind of bouncing out a little
Yeah,
bit.
it'll be cool
Um,
to see this at the end of the season though.
Oh yeah, it was so cool to see at the end.
This is really cool. Where's that back button? I can't hit.
You can go back to match info tab,
Oh, okay. I see.
and you can unclick Ant if you want.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
Interesting. I can't believe you do this every week.
Yeah,
Is this
it's been 12
MVPs?
12 hours in it. Yes,
Ah, okay.
it highlights the MVP of the game.
Q full.
Triple Q-Full, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
But I want to say, I mean, I'm kind of. I think it's weird. Like, I don't feel like this is much of a surprise in a way.
Yeah,
That, like,
Q Full's just
Right.
crushing it in C tier here.
yeah, Q4, he definitely got better than last season. Like, last season, I feel like he was more like of a solid player, but now he's the carry. And it's
Yeah,
like,
he's the carry, and I mean, Headmarkers is making a good job of utilizing him as a teammate. Like he had the same amount of assists as Q Full.
Mm.
Even then, like yeah, Q Full had triple MVP there because they lost game 1 and then gentlemen's to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there
So
was
this is a good show.
only 1 goal scored in that first game.
Oh wow.
It's tough.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, average C tier stuff, they're not really like finding opportunities and plays and stuff like that because there's like 3 saves, 4 saves.
Yeah.
So now it looked like a lot of like, oh wait, we're actually in the series, time to like freak out for a little bit, and then they kind of lock in as Qful drops like an almost 600-point game.
Jesus. What a monster.
The
Go
C tier
Q4.
goat.
Q4 for B tier.
Probably next season.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
next
if
one,
it gets
yeah.
more competitive, then
Well, yeah.
good
It
heavens.
has been getting more competitive.
Actually, can we look at can we possibly look at the race like Carl like data,
Yeah,
like
sure.
Carl 2 data? Like, I just want to see like what is their worst like what is Carl 2 saying, like is their worst thing that they're doing? Like what's
So
going on?
overall, it looks like Orange and Ant are some of the weaker links on.
What is this
Um,
percentage that we're seeing?
So this is the complete aggregate score. It's usually on a scale of like 0 to 100. 0 would be like you put a bronze player in an SSL match. But typically, you know, and close to 100 is like you're performing well, like you're kind of doing what's expected of you in the lobby. Because this is based off of your average statistics.
Mm.
So if you're lower or average on like most of your things, then it's gonna rate you lower here. But like Q Full, who's averaging significantly
Insanely.
higher than the
Yeah.
lobby, he's gonna look like he's doing a great job. And yes, having 112% there from the Carl 2 score does mean that he was having a wonderful series there. But he's kind of only had wonderful series so far, as because we could see average score, average goals, assists. Like he's just playing as expected. So that just means he's a monster in C tier right now. But if we want to look at some of the kill maps, yeah, look at that. Qful's got 5 demos there, and he's really hammering Orange, Hercules in that back line. Yeah, so it looks like Totra, Qful, and Head Markers are the only ones that got demos. Doesn't look
Yeah,
like
it's
Orange, Chewy Chungus, or Mercules got demos. You guys can utilize them to open up opportunities. Looking at some of the interaction maps. Chungus
Not a
moving
whole
that
lot
ball
of those
around.
going on.
Yeah,
But
we got Chungus
definitely
and
some more
Full
from
moving stuff
the
around.
Q-Full side.
Or Head Markers. I mean, granted, Head Markers only had like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passes, and he still had what? How many total assists? He had
Head markers.
0
5 average?
2.
1.75.
Yeah.
Oh, he has
0.75
0.75
average.
assists. Average assists, but
Yeah.
So he had 4 assists total, and he had 5 passes.
Oh yeah.
So that's actually insane. So
That's
every
wild.
single one of his passes, except for one, resulted in a goal
It's John
in this
Stockton,
series.
bro. Holy.
Like that's actually gross.
Yeah, it's super impressive.
Okay.
That's
Team
insane
definitely
utilization.
capitalizing off of Headmarker's plays here.
Yeah, just some average net peppering, nothing really crazy here.
Yeah, Orange is dealing with a good top corner.
Series averages. How's people boost looking like? Yeah, it's still kind of inconsistent here. Like, oh, Chewy Chungus had a wonderful boost map. Like, look at this. Definitely really managing to stay on his boost lanes as he needed. Can play a little bit more aggressively. This like center pad here is really strong. If you guys can like start taking this like upper bend here, that can really start out the defense.
I
Yeah,
mean, Ant only played one
Ant
game,
only had
but
one game. He only had
but
one
that
game.
is a
you know,
crazy
that's-
line.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, they're
Like,
missing a lot of the pads there. A lot of full boosts, which is crazy.
not to hate on him. Like we're
Oh,
Yeah,
like,
definitely
obviously-
just somewhere he could improve pretty easily.
radar charts are here, but they're kind of a mess to go through, so we're just gonna skip them. let's just go to the data tables and look at some of the touches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Good for Mercules actually. 18 touches for C tier is actually
Yeah.
probably above average. Yeah, and then Q-Fold's like he's right there. Probably just some of the utilization on his touches aren't as good as Q-Fold's. But let's see. Getting good interceptions. Where did he lose possession? Ooh, yeah, Mercules. 5 average touches. Average of 5 self touches a game is pretty fantastic.
Totra
that's like
played. Did Totra play every game? He did. No, Totra got taken out the last game. A
Yeah.
.67 is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you gotta
definitely
keep
played
that
a
ball
lot.
closer a little bit. That could be. I
Definitely
mean,
just moving the
easy
ball
fix.
a lot.
Yeah.
But he took 350s, which is kind of higher than other people.
Is that
I mean,
average
Mercules
or
took
is
the most
that
50s.
total?
I believe it's total. So he, oh yeah, so the extra ones are, so the extra like in parentheses stuff are whether they were defensive, neutral, or offensive,
Oh, okay.
and the average per game. So on average, he took 2 defensive 50s a game, and took 1 neutral 50, and Chewy Chungus took 0.25 offensive 50s a game.
Yeah, I mean, Totra back with the 350s. I mean, he had the aggressive 50s and neutral, like
Oh, yeah.
you know, minimal defensive 50s needed, which
Definitely
is good.
tried to keep pressure going.
Assuming
then
that
he
didn't
also
also
lost.
result in like goals. Maybe a 50 would have saved you. Who knows? But
So yeah, giving away possession an average of 3.75 times defensively is gonna be rough.
what? And Totra
So
was
that's
3.6. Oh,
Totra
his is
was
3.6.
2.
Oh, okay, 2. I'm just
2
like
defense.
the bang ball from Totra is crazy. I mean, Totra, if you're checking this out, man, just try to play it to yourself a bit. Give yourself those self touches. It'll change everything.
But yeah, let's keep it moving here.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually gonna set a
Let's move
timer
on
on
to our
my
next
phone.
C tier game then. Last C tier game.
Yes.
I'm just gonna keep a running timer
It's gonna be
for 7 minutes, so
Oh,
that way
King
30
Kong
goes
Night
by.
Stalker.
Long Night Stalkers, quick sweep.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So I mean,
There you go.
this will be a quick one.
Oh,
Yep.
tweaking out. Okay, he's playing better
Tweaking
than
had
ever.
a good
Pre had
series.
2
but, I mean,
MVPs.
good
Had
heavens.
crazy series, almost
Free
500
and
average.
Skillicum are
Wait,
averaging
Pre's
that.
494.
That's expected is crazy.
450.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
Oh my
45.
goodness.
That's actually insane. They've had a
Yeah.
good 2 weeks so far. They need to have a bad week so that it shows that they were going
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, who's Grease Monkey?
That's actually their new player. Slick had to drop out of the league
Oh, okay.
because moving and doing stuff. But so yeah, that's his first. I think he came in on Saturday, so I don't know if he had really much time to play with them. But he does look, aside from assists, he looks like he kind of fit well into the team. Not obviously they're up against a insane King Kong team here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
overall,
doesn't
it's
like
look
pretty
bad.
good.
Pretty solid.
Holy
like, pretty
shit.
high scoring series as well.
Tweaking
Everyone
went from a
basically above
average
300.
average of 1 per game to 2 saves per game. I mean, like obviously it's,
Yeah,
it's
that's
2x,
that's a
but
great game.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, he was definitely peaking that series, and that's what the match overall kind of evaluates is like, are you doing a lot expected, but then going crazy in 2 areas? Okay, yeah, you're peaking this series.
Oh, that's the match overall. Okay, I see.
This might also be propaganda so that I can get more people to use the dashboard for analysis.
I mean, this is sick, and if you can get
Give
our
me views.
if you get the Carl 2 stuff going,
Oh, it'll be
Pro
insane.
two
Oh,
as
and you
well,
can
yeah,
go
that'd be
to.
crazy.
So this is still looking a little funky because you don't have any players selected, so it's currently all.
Oh, I see. I
So
see.
you could go to there, and then there's a filter in the top left that you can use as well. So you can
Cool.
look it up manually there. So like search tweaking or something like that, and it'll adjust to his stats.
Cool.
Oh, so this is last week?
Yep. So it looks like he got subbed up into a B tier match. And then
Oh.
did really well in the A tier match or in his normal C tier match. So looks like homie kind of locked in.
Yes,
And
sir.
the only reason the
Rank one
demos
now.
per game looks kind of funky is because of the dual A tier stuff. But you can filter that out in the league filter in the top left.
Oh, get rid
If
of.
you
Uh.
if you get rid of B tier,
Oh shit. Uh oh.
and it's just gonna depopulate it, but that's fine. So if you're looking at just that, doing great on demos.
Mhm.
Who's
There's definitely a lot to be desired with some of the data analysis for ball chasing that I can do, but like I can give you something at least, and then we can look more at like the game in-game statistics with Carl too.
I mean.
Well, not too much
Yeah.
to be said about
Yeah,
that
that's
series,
the thing.
though.
Is like, I
Just-
mean, it
just
was
the-
just a
just
3-0.
the
It's not
sweet
much to say.
series.
Like,
Honestly, just good shit, bro. Good shit.
Yeah.
Tweak.
Yeah.
Holy
Played
shit!
super
Every
long.
B tier was a 3-0.
oh, wow,
yeah. We
Jesus.
also have the one for 5
Oh my
on all the
god.
B tiers.
Okay, I'm going to
can
Nessie's
see what-
versus Moby Dick's first.
Oh, we
Yup.
got 3-0'd.
No.
The Ryan
I missed
MVPing
the-
twice. Oh yeah, we were looking
Yeah.
at the Carl 2 data for that, right? Like earlier.
Yeah.
Yep, we were.
Ryan
Yeah.
popping off.
Mm-hmm.
555 average score. Crazy.
Up from 475.
Okay,
Even
yeah,
last week though, his average being
475
475
is
is crazy. Yeah.
Look, the Ryan.
He
is
wants
amazing.
a title. I was
Okay.
talking to him earlier today. I played some scripts with him earlier today, and
Okay.
he's like, oh, I should have been A tier.
I was gonna say, I think he
And
was
A
an A
tier
tier.
to- Yeah, but these are some A tier numbers, yeah. I mean, we have to see if he can keep this up the entire season.
I can see him going up. Yeah, if he keeps it up like this, I'd be like,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you might have to.
But you have to keep these numbers, and these numbers are crazy.
Like,
Like, we'll probably see. I mean, so... it's because we filtered it last
Yeah,
time from.
yeah.
Here you go.
oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Good
he's
solid average
MVPing
speed.
a lot. We're liking that a lot.
Yeah, he's improving, man. He's improving. Good
1500.
shit, man.
Oh, that's cool. You can see how many games last week and this week he did MVP.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
he's
cool.
4 for 7 MVPs. That's nice.
Yeah.
Definitely was a case for A tier if we had the expanded roster of that, but because of how things turned out, probably couldn't make it there.
Yeah, but let him get
Because
a W
basically you had to be
in B tier.
GC2 to get into A tier this time.
Well, just let him get a what's it called?
He's only averaging
Championship.
one
Okay,
demo per game. Can you pull up the Carl 2 for this? I want to see what his like demo like where he's getting demos when he does demo. And like because maybe that's something he could also add to his game because on his rotations, if he doesn't demo, like that might. I don't know. Might create more pressure. Obviously, they have pressure. He's kind of shitting on people so far, but
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Spec also had a good
Spec had a
series.
good
Like,
episode.
don't
yeah.
sleep.
yeah.
Look at this. Like, hold on. What's he doing? It's crazy.
Spec making the
Because
case, bro.
statistically, like, I mean, like on the gas, he didn't do too crazy, but like, I mean, still saves. 2.0 saves a game is still really good. Ball touches
Yeah, it seems like
16.
Spec's really holding up the
averaging,
defense
yeah.
for Ryan here.
Keeping good speed.
That's how you do it, man. When you play with other good players, like
Oh yeah, this is
off
a
each
huge
other.
deal. Like high boost level, he's keeping that boost. Like everybody's averaging so much lower boost, and this is supposed to be the percentage. Like 42% of the
Right.
game spec has boost, like high boost. Taking more 50s than other people, intercepting more balls, more self touches to himself, receives more passes.
Once again, not very many demos though. That seems like one of the
Yeah.
things this team is missing out on.
Yeah, definitely they could start targeting demos a bit more, and I think it would
Well,
be
I'm curious,
very
like
strong.
you know.
Yeah, look at
I
that.
guess
There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Player
7,
kill
8,
map.
9,
Yeah.
11. There's only 11 demos in this series.
Entire series.
Like
Yeah,
I mean, 3
only
games.
Frog. And nobody's getting demos defensively. So like when you're rotating back as third, or if you're watching the mid guy, maybe not fully rotating all the way back. But this is something that B tier players are probably working on. Is just like their rotation. So they're probably rotating fuller a bit
Yeah.
more. That's kind of like an A tier thing, where it's like, hey, let's rotate it in a little bit more, or like half rotate and not go like all the way back. See what we need to do and then leave. But you could be getting more defensive ones to shut down offensive pressure. Like look at Eclipse Frog here, getting eaten alive in his
Yeah,
box
I
here.
mean, the Ryan as well, right? The Ryan was kind of getting demo often near his box.
It's 3
Well,
versus
they
like
are
4 at the
a-
goal line.
Yeah.
Well, I remember saying people were saying like Chow's team or Shrek's team, they the Nessies for each are
Oh
like
yeah,
really demo
I was
heavy.
gonna demo
Yeah,
a lot.
Chow demos all the time.
This is a unexpected result from Chow, because Chow was in season, like last season, was in contention for one of the top most demos.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Interesting.
interaction maps real quick. I mean that's 5 minutes if we want to hop to another series just to keep things moving. But
Yeah.
Yeah, may as well. But
great performance there from
Yeah, good shit.
Yeah.
from the
Good
Nessies.
shit. It's back
Our
to your
first
ass.
B tier sweep.
King
got
Kong
it.
versus Night Stalkers.
All right. Sweep number 2. The favor of Night Stalkers this time.
Let's fucking go, Dre.
Oh,
I was
Definitely not
glazing.
Dre.
I was
Okay,
glazing Dre. I was
Jeez.
glazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's filthy.
That is
I was glazing
crazy.
Dre. I was glazing Dre that series
160
on
higher
stream.
average.
Oh, dude, the crazy thing is seeing like the team average stats, seeing those actually say that overall. Like, if you have any change on the team stats, like that's actually super rare.
Yeah.
It is so hard to get everybody in line here. But yeah, no, they fucking annihilated it.
Didn't
Double MVP.
didn't do
Good
much
shit,
last.
man.
I mean, well, sorry, didn't get an MVP last week, but
Yeah,
not that
Oh,
he
this
didn't
is his
do
week,
well.
though.
Yeah.
Turned up.
yeah.
Put me in, coach. Put me in.
Sorry, if you guys hear the
Red.
dog.
And then you know he MVPs twice, and then they 3-0 the series.
Yeah.
Definitely showed up.
Oh,
Maybe he's an
man.
on-stream player. Gotta get more streams for Dre.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
Please,
Yeah.
let me glaze him. He's so mechanical.
I can't believe he was B tier, dude. Like that was crazy to me.
He,
That's only
Well,
because he
came
swapped
back,
from
right?
KBM
Yeah.
to
Yeah, but
controller and had to relearn the game.
I feel wasn't that like over a year ago that he did that?
Kinda,
Like yeah.
but I mean he was like 15, like 60 peak, I think.
yeah. I remember when he
Maybe
made
not
the
even
switch.
that high, like 15, 30 peak.
I don't know. I remember when he made the switch. I thought like yeah, I played with him in houses. He was still good. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, he's still Alamaki.
yeah.
Always had a bit of aura.
Yeah.
Definitely would have made A tier if we had extra roster slots.
I remember I see his profile picture. Like he's on Steam.
Yo,
Yeah,
hi, what
yeah.
happened to your boy Craig, bro? What happened to your boy Craig?
I don't know.
He got dropped off,
yeah,
bruh.
0 goals. Ugh, bad week.
Bro.
What can I say?
Bro, Dre said, yo, Craig, I'm
What do you
gonna drop you off real
mean?
quick.
What do you mean
Yeah,
my boys
that's
held
right.
it down?
That's crazy.
Definitely still saw
bro.
it. These series are so high scoring. Everyone's averaging over like 350.
Well, yeah, these are the sweeps. This is when things are going to be crazy. There's no like we haven't looked at a close series yet.
Well, I mean, the thing is, even the team that got 3-0'd, fucking they're
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
high
Dang.
score, dude. Like,
Well, I mean, granted, we have
We're
6
running
saves on Ferrero and Craig,
yeah, true.
but a 48-point game is
Yeah, it's
diabolical.
crazy. That's my
How?
boy, bro.
Bro, he didn't
I
even
know.
earn
Still
EXP
averaged
for that
350
match.
though. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
crazy.
this is his first
after-
week playing too. Yeah, true.
So he missed week 1.
Oh,
I see.
So he got the 350 average because of the 600 point he got game 2. But that being a loss, after like going 50 points and then 479 and then 640, that's like
Yeah, that's
super
like,
solid mental. like plus rep.
You said, yo.
Almost said not like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quick warm up game on.
Yeah,
Right.
for
Right.
Yeah, true.
Damn.
Yeah, Burrow's not one to get tilted. I played with him season 1. He's always like cool, calm, collected.
Mhm.
You know, he has a soft tone of voice. You know. He-
He's a softie though. I rub his belly.
okay.
Yeah.
Are we going on to the next one, or is there anything else
Yeah,
we
yeah,
want
we
to check
can
out
move
about
on.
that?
Move on.
All right. Jormungandr versus
3-0.
Race B tier. Yeah, that's crazy. Every B tier team got
Yeah,
3-0. Do we have any
There's six
teams?
beats there.
Do we have any teams that have not lost yet? Like
I think the Ryan's team's undefeated.
no, sorry, I mean like
Like franchises?
yeah, franchises, yeah.
No.
Week 1 Nessies were
Yeah,
undefeated,
they
but
swept.
they've incurred a loss
Okay.
or 2. And you could view that on the last screen at league overview.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they're 3-1 in total standings. Like that's their current record, and that's the game differential right next to it.
Like so they've played 14 games and 4 of them are losses?
Correct.
Like, overall? Okay.
So King Kong's played 15, and then 16 and 16, and then 15 and then 14.
Interesting.
So it's like, even though like Night Stalkers is like 1 and 3, like same as Moby Dicks, they're still quote unquote doing better, because of the 6 to 9. So they're like, when they are losing series, they're at least taking games. They're not getting like swept. Is what we can kind of like draw from that.
Yeah, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Let's see.
And also shout out the Race for actually doing the thing I asked them to do, and they won series.
Which was?
Oh, they won 2 series. They won the B tier and S tier.
Oh,
So they now get to be included in the Tableau dashboard.
yay.
Nice.
Oh, interesting.
I just needed them to win something so that I could, like, the specific way I have the data structured was way easier if they just won something.
Okay.
So I had to exclude them like week 1.
A lot of red on screen.
Yeah, a
Gosh,
lot of
I guess
red.
both these teams had crazy preseason games.
Yeah.
Firefight popping off this game, though. Well, average wise.
Oh yeah. He averaged 400 and got 450 this game for this series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 461 average up now. 400 average.
Yeah, this is definitely a.
I think I watched this.
Or-
Dude, he
this
has
is
an
a
average
worse
of 2
series
saves a
than
game. So does fucking Blue G. God damn.
Darn. That's a lot of saves.
Yeah.
This looks
the
like a
whole
poor
team.
series from Rectals, because like look at his like average. Look at his Rectals league average.
Oh,
Rectals
he's
was
good.
telling me he thought he played bad too. So he told me
I'd
he played
I'd
bad.
expect like a 600 or 700 average from him. Like honestly,
Points?
in B tier, actually that might be a bit high. I
Yeah,
probably
I feel
said
like
Yeah,
so.
I feel like
Yeah,
500.
I think 500. Yeah, like
I said 6 or
450-ish.
7, but that's where I put in my head. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
Yeah, even then.
Nah, I can
Pretty
see like
poor
a 450,
performance this
500 average from Rectals for what we expect of him as a first round pick.
Mhm.
It's okay. He just does it in our and he does it in the in the A tier matches.
I just want to see
Yeah.
who's like a more here. Let's see Blue G. I just want to see. Yeah, okay. Rectals was up like I thought maybe he was like insane stats of like average percentage up in their third, but
Go look at puzzle stats whenever we get to that.
okay.
Yeah, that'll be a good outlier to look at.
I think he averages like 37%
Oops.
in offense. It's amazing. I love it. But let's not get too distracted on like
Yeah, sorry.
looking. Sorry, well, I meant more like the puzzle thing, but yeah.
I feel bad for
But yeah, it
Stu,
just
though.
looks like not quite what we expected from Jormungandr here.
What is this? Z-score player goals. What is that?
So that's the statistical difference between their average. So like there's like a distribution of all the player, like how the player performs, and that's the exact number. So a difference of minus 0.5 actually isn't that statistically different. Like you could still say that it's the same player, but the result itself is almost like we're starting to get towards one standard deviation of the mean, where you can actually kind of say that it's actually starting to be a different player. It's so bad. And that's kind of what it judges. So you're either 0.5 above or below your average, or if you're peaking, you're pretty much like you're a different player.
So with it, yeah, I was gonna say, so if it's like at a 1 or close to 1 or even higher, I guess you're just peeking out of your fucking mind.
Correct.
That's pretty cool.
So like if Firefight had like an average of like there's the timer. If Firefight had an average like score of like 600 for the series,
yeah,
and it was like his Z score was like 1.2 to 1.5, we would actually have to look into if somebody else was playing on his account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Like that's how
Damn.
statistically, that's how hard it is to get like an average score, or like something. I mean, average score is a little bit different, but
Yeah.
you have
Like
to
the
be peeking out of your
deviation.
mind to get that crazy.
Well, yeah, I mean, to go from a 400 to a 600 average, I mean, that would be kind of crazy. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, that's cool though. But I mean, yeah, that's probably not much. We don't need to do Carl 2 on those games. I don't think.
Definitely better.
Definitely good series from rates and your
Okay,
mechanics.
here we go.
every 8 year was 3-1. I mean, at least there's that, but
Yeah.
still kind of a not as close as I. Is there any 3-2? Hold on.
Holy fuck!
Holy shit, they did that.
Oh,
Oh
That is-
no.
That is bad.
Oh no!
Wow.
Like, okay, you know what's weird about this though?
I've never seen a match overall of slumping.
Yeah, this
I've
is
never
crazy,
seen that before.
But I just want to say something. I think Fishy told Carr that he definitely didn't do the worst, and it was his 2 other players. But I don't know, man. This might be a little bit copium to get like he's feeding Carr.
that's a negative 0.7. That might have been a different
That's
player.
crazy. That's getting
Wild.
close to different player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He let a fucking beat tier on his
Or
account
let
or
his little
something.
brother. His little
Yeah.
brother play there.
Okay.
Yeah, do you keep in mind
Shout
that
out
TJ's a
TJ.
C tier?
Yeah.
Shout out
he's
to
Oh,
C tier, bro.
wow. Okay, well,
TJ's like that.
I
TJ's
just
like
want
that.
to see his
Like
average
that,
now,
yeah.
so we can see all of this. Then a C tier played in the A tier game, and
Yeah, he played in both of our
well.
games so far, our preseason and this one.
God,
Being
damn.
an MVP in the A tier.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean TJ
What
is
a
crazy.
goat, bro.
that's crazy.
Definitely clutching up for us.
Wait, okay, let's just see his A tier stats real quick. Oh, I guess it's just. Oh, no, yeah, he played last week too. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay.
this is some strats. Y'all are pulling C tiers up to A tiers. Insane.
His average speed is
yeah.
high in these A tier games. Wait, what is it in a C?
The fact that it's working, it's diabolical.
You know, honestly, I want to see like his Carl too, like score.
What is
What?
this? What is that?
Bug.
Oh my
That's gotta
god!
be a bug.
Huh?
Hell, what the hell?
Over 7 games
In the C tier, he's just awkward. That's got to be it. He just doesn't know what is
I feel
happening.
I feel
He's just
being
delayed.
so awkward.
There's no way
He
it could
has no
possibly
idea
be
what's
that
happening.
low.
It,
No, you know what's crazy is
I
I've
trust
seen
Darty's
TJ
stats.
play with C tier players, right? Like his team or whatever, and he does seem like a lot awkward, not knowing what to do.
yeah.
And then like when I play with him, like it seems like he's just there for like whatever
That's
touch.
his overall.
Yeah,
average.
overall with both
So,
of
like,
them,
go
yeah.
back to A-
I mean, that's
Even with 1237,
crazy.
I've never seen that low. Like,
Yeah, I've never seen that
1500?
low.
Yeah, dude, in A
800 is
tier, that's
insane.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's actually insane.
yeah.
Yeah, move him up to B, bro. At
Nah,
least.
for
At
real.
least move him up to B.
Let him
Well,
let
I
him
think
spread his
Part of it is, you got to be able to play with the people that you're dealt with.
Well, yeah,
True.
sure.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
like, I mean, I was playing scrims earlier, went undefeated across 3 series. Well, I mean, I lost games obviously, but won 3 series. Granted, it was the lobbies were a little stacked, but still, it's like I can play with the people below me, quote unquote.
Right, yeah.
I mean, he's almost at a
No, it's
0.9
anyway.
Z score. You sure nobody's on his account?
It can happen. Like,
no, I know.
assist- I mean, assist is something that's like
True.
it's still like 0.75. Like, let's be realistic. If he had like 4 assists and like
Oh.
3 and like the score is going to be the biggest one no matter what,
Yeah.
because he's like still he did a 0.75 average assist per game, but that's just kind of like where the bar's at.
Right.
I mean, since Carr is one of the co-hosts on here, I think we should check this out. Pick on him a bit.
Well, I also want to see the Carl data like score.
Yeah, I want to see the Carl
On-
data for this series. For
Like, I
sure.
want to
yeah,
see the
okay.
score for them, to be honest, because like I want to see what is TJ's score on this. Like, I'm so curious.
That is fourth. Yeah, it's this one. So
I had a really good.
yeah,
Oh,
I
TJ
mean,
only got 82. Okay, interesting.
yeah. So like, these people kind of like you can make an argument that all these people belong in this lobby and are trying. They're trying to do stuff. It's definitely like nobody's like slumping really hard. Definitely Card could have probably had a better series, but it does look like statistically Brian and Mountain Drew were doing well. But this is kind of a bad performance with Ryan, because if you keep in the
Yeah.
context that Ryan's the highest rank in this match,
Yeah.
this is a kind of a bad performance from him.
Yeah, he did tell me he felt like he was going.
Yeah. But what did you want to see
So, okay.
specifically from the series?
Ty. Yeah, Ty. You want to see something?
Nothing in particular, just general
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
What's going
Yeah, I
on?
just
Like
wanted
Car's
to-
dying a
Oh,
lot.
God,
God,
Card.
yeah.
Damn.
Dodge
Yeah, Car
the
is getting
fucking demo.
slaughtered.
What is that? He's just dying
That's
on every
crazy.
rotation.
Dude, they made a smiley face almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They almost made a smiley face.
Good God, Card. Dodge the fucking demo.
God
It's
damn,
the
bro.
pad lines.
Yeah, getting
you know?
demoed in the midfield a lot.
This
My
looks like he's
goodness.
rotating back.
Yeah, it's on his way
Getting
out,
demoed.
right?
Yeah, this is definitely on his way out. So he's just not paying attention when he's on his way out, and he just keeps dying. But that'll open up their third man, like, because if he gets demoed on this side, they're rotating through this way. This is just like free passes. Because like you demo this guy here, and then you just turn up field and say, "Hey, cross field this, it's open," and then you bang bang down the field. I could so see that
Yeah.
happening.
That's crazy.
Passes, or what's important is giveaways. Where are we giving away the ball to? It's kind of all over, but we are seeing a few that are giving
Mid.
away to the center.
Yeah.
Definitely have to clean that up. Drew's just slamming the fucking
Yeah,
ball on
Drew
field.
is- Once again, Boomer.
Bang ball. Bang
Drew,
ball.
try and go a little bit more wide. Like look at Audible's
Yeah,
giveaways.
those are some
Like, all of
crazy
them are
straight lines, by the way.
horizontal.
Drew is banging it straight down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually impressed at how straight you can slam this ball upfield to an opponent. That's impressive. Dribble maps, good kind of possession overall. Kind of what we expect from A tier. 50s, kind of even spreads. I would like to see more 50s from TJ, Utah lands, because you did have like a few good ones in offense. Like keeping pressure in offense is definitely better than having to take a 50 in your back line and get dove by the second man. Drew's taken a lot of defensive 50s, which can be good, but they're not on the goal line, so I'm kind of okay with that. If they're more neutral, then that's probably better.
I don't get how their team has so many 50s and we have so few.
Because they have so many 50s and you have so few, probably because they're either challenging you, because this is also their challenges. So they could just be diving you and not trying to keep possession, and like you guys are like flicking away from them or like playing outside of them. Because like look at your I actually want to spend a little bit more time on the series. Look at your just like your passes and your giveaways. Like you guys are playing the ball laterally around them. You guys aren't playing this to the center. You guys are trying to find the open space. Like look at your passes in particular, Thailand's like you are passing this ball literally horizontally most of the time.
Yeah.
Like we love to see that. That is wonderful passing. But like vertical passes can be kind of TJ's just kind of slamming the ball, not gonna lie. But it is at least at an angle towards the net. Doing these vertical slams is gonna. I mean, Thailand's you're doing it too, but like you're not doing it in the center field. You're at least like if you slam it upfield, it's going down the sidewall.
So out of curiosity, so there's series interceptions, right? Would
Yep.
these be giveaways as well? Like if you intercept but you bang, are you giving it away as well? Because I'm curious if maybe he goes up for the aerials, Mountain Drew, if he's going up for aerials, intercepting the ball but then sending it straight down the mid. So I mean, obviously the interceptions are a lot of them are going to be in the air. What if we go to the giveaway map, 3D view? Are there going to be a lot of them in the air, or is it just all in the? It is a lot in the air, so it might be his interceptions. He's trying to put it towards the net. Not necessarily the right idea. I think if you're intercepting, you should try to get it to a teammate, unless you can keep possession somehow. But it's kind of crazy that he's up in the air intercepting and slamming it towards the net, though.
Yes,
Like
all
straight
the purple
line.
all the purple ones are his touches. So it starts from pink, pink,
Oh, okay.
and then the orange players receive it.
Oh,
He's just trying to pressure them. Like he is
Yeah.
just slamming the ball forward and trying to pressure them. And then it's getting intercepted consistently
yeah.
by rotating players in
There's
well
something
positioned
interested in
players.
the air on that one, like middle right there. Like he bangs like slightly left angle
He bangs it
Yeah. From the fuck. I wish I could like.
How does
if
that
you
work? He banged this one from top corner on his side to TJ in his
Oh.
own corner.
But you see that pink one on the bottom right?
Bottom right.
This one?
Going out
Oh
towards
wait, sorry, the
midfield.
other one. The one towards midfield.
Yeah, yeah. So to the
This one?
right, to the
To
right
the
there.
right, to the right.
This one.
Right.
More.
Yeah, directly right. Yeah, that one.
The pink one. The
Or
pink one.
yeah,
No,
down
the
down
pink one.
below that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
And
one.
look where it goes, and somebody intercepted it in the air in midfield.
That's crazy. If that resulted in a goal, that'd be insane. Who
Dude, it's
intercepted
fucking-
that? Audible? Yeah, I can see that.
Just
Yeah, I can see that. Audible read him like a fucking
in the air. Yeah, it was just like, oh. It was like, oh my god.
Okay. We have went into the extra time on them to
Alright,
make
yeah.
fun of them.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Yes, sir.
let's keep it moving so that we can keep series. Go through everybody.
Okay. Night Stalkers King Kong.
Oh,
Alright.
we had it. We had
Yeah,
it.
Darby.
We knew what to do.
Oh, so
and
what
then
do you
we
think
fucked
happened?
it.
What do you think happened?
We went back to playing twos.
Oh,
Oh.
Like, look, game one, I had dropped 525. Like, literally 5 seconds in the match, I'm air dribbling on Groovy's head. It's like, you'll pull up the clip, it's great. But like, I saw the approach, and then it's like, by game 3, like, I'm sub 200 points. Or like, averaging 200 points the rest of the series.
Were you playing a lot that day? Is it like a stamina thing?
No, it's a so one thing that my team has to figure out in particular is NJ and twos are extremely twos brains, which like
Sure.
it's not that it's a problem, but like you see I have an average lower score here because I have to kind of let them play in a sense.
Them play twos.
Because they don't like because your team decides where you rotate where you can go, and a lot of times they'll half rotate aggressively and keep pressure in a very twos way, and I just have to keep space there and let them do that. Granted, that being said, look at game number 2 and the amount of saves we had.
Yeah.
12 saves is kind of wild. But yeah, no, I definitely wasn't finding the boys this series compared to what I'd usually expect. Still working on I think my third man's getting a lot better, focusing on kind of like, I have to be hyper aware of NJ and Drip for when they're gonna like half rotate suddenly. So I think this is something that's gonna develop over time. But yeah, so we're probably gonna lose the first like 2 or 3, and then I think like once we figure it out, like we're so locked. Like the mechanics that were on display, like Drip was hitting disgusting shit, NJ was hitting disgusting shit. I was starting to get there with some really solid outplays. Like every single time we were up in the sky, it was threatening. But I mean, it didn't quite pan out. They really had some solid defense there. But like, I mean, you can still see that like we have a lot of defense, but we're letting them get us to defense.
I find it interesting that your guys' average saves didn't change. Like it was right on where it was supposed to be. Well, you only played this week, right? You didn't play last week?
I played last week. NJ didn't play last week.
Okay.
And Rip played last week.
Okay. I mean, Yo,
his Z-score
with a
looks
game of
kinda
12
interesting.
saves, you guys, your averages did not change. Again, I mean, NJ.
So yeah, that's kind of what the problem is like we're not shutting down
Yeah,
opportunities
yeah.
enough. That's what that's saying.
Yeah.
So that's probably just a product of like our first man challenges and a product of just the nature of who we are as players. So it's gonna take a while to get where we're gonna be at, but I think we might end up in like a like an old SSG style where it's like Sipical and his two fucking attack dogs of Reddles and Arsenal, um, and we might just end up in that style, and then that might be like an ultra effective team for like playoffs if we make it there.
Just don't pull a typical when
Yeah,
it comes to
Yeah. Disappear.
to the biggest. Well, no, you remember that one? Remember like one of his last games he played, like he like jumps straight up while the ball's over the net, he misses, and then it's a free like goal. He just falls
Yeah.
straight down.
Yep.
Just don't do that, and you'll be even better than typical.
Yeah, I think the games to watch were 1 and 2, and then games 3 and 4 we kind of just forgot how to play. Which I mean is kind of part of the we have to learn threes thing that we're going through.
Yeah.
And I know I'm hammering them, like they're probably going to put up more points than me on average throughout the entire league, but I'm trying to play the space a bit more for them so that they can do those kind of things. So I feel like I'm going to be very low statted this season.
Well, fuck it. If you have the win percentage, it doesn't matter.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like wins matter the most. But like if I'm contributing on top of them contributing like that, then it's just over.
Right.
Like that's what happens game 1, and we just kind of ate them alive. Like look at that. Look at the point difference in game 1.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah,
it gets in a reverse card. Well, I guess
Yeah.
not by the end, but
Kind of like we'll still always do stuff because we're just able to move around the pitch very fast. But if I ever feel like I have to overcompensate on rotations and like letting them do stuff, I think that can lead to problems.
Also,
Because
I
then
wanna
I'll
say
get like
something,
antsy and stop making stuff. Yeah, what's up?
like about them, like about like your opponents. Like for King Kongs, A tier, like they just play better the longer the series goes.
Yeah, I
To be
totally
honest, in
agree
my
that.
opinion. Like it's
Like
so
one of the
weird.
highest
Like
compliments I've ever heard from like a coach in like a replay session was towards Groovy. And I think it was like Days at one point, like we were sitting in the replay looking at, he's just like, Days is like, you know, every single time Groovy touches the ball, something good happens. And I was like, low key, the highest compliment I've ever heard. But yeah, no, I totally agree. I think Groovy was a very solid centerpiece for that team, and I think that they're all both solid players to support that. And they're gonna be a Game 7 team.
they just play like logical, and they're all on the same page. Like it's really, and that's tough to beat when everyone's on the same page. It's like you know what to do. It's like, fuck.
I think there's a little bit to be desired mechanically, but Monkey Moon isn't mechanical.
Yeah, exactly. So they might win it all. We'll see. We'll have to see.
Very, very solid contenders there. And it was fun playing them, and I hope to play more matches like that. Well, less the part where we're shitting the bed games 3 and 4, but
Right.
more game 1s and 2s, please.
fair enough.
Definitely a good team.
Yeah, was there anything you
Up to
wanted
the
to show
last
on
eight years out.
Carl 2 or no? Like,
No,
I
there's-
assume
we
you looked
kinda-
at it. So
We kind of talked about it here enough.
yeah.
I don't think there's anything I really wanted to talk about it, and we also already spent 7.5 minutes on the series, so I'm good to just kind of like move on to the next one.
Yes, sir.
Dude,
Big
look,
A lot of greens
look,
across the board.
I've been saying this from day one, bro. My team is weird, bro. Like, weird.
Oh yeah, this is the one we'll have to see Fuzzle's
I can't.
statistics.
I just can't put my finger on it,
Oh.
man. Like what we're doing that's making us lose, really.
Holy.
Like I swear, like if I had to bet my money on it, though, I'd say it's between like.
I mean,
it's,
granted.
it's Zoffy and Fuzzle's connection on the field. Like, I
Probably.
swear to you, they can't work together. Like it's like.
I don't know. But
I
also,
can't.
keep in mind, this is a peaking series from Rectals and Geo. Like
They
they
said
absolutely
Geo
went
up
wild.
100
Yeah, I mean,
point
Reckles
average.
is subbed up from B tier. Remember that. The first rounder Mateo wasn't there.
Ooh, I'm curious about this too then, because like I want to see his A tier average speed. I mean, Rectals likes to go fast anyways. I assume it's not going to change much because he just likes to go fast.
Yeah, Reckles is a speedy boy.
It went up
I
a little
don't. I
bit.
think it went down.
Yeah,
like,
it went
2
down.
points. two average speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 like by
Okay, no, it's not.
by 1.
Oh, sorry, this is both of them. So
Oh, gotcha.
I think it literally. Oh, okay, it went down like 10,
Okay, it went
10,
down a little
10 points. 10
Oh, it went
points.
down. Oh, 10. Sorry.
Yeah, when you go to
So
when
it's
you go
taking
to
a
the
little
A
bit
tier.
more time to read.
But
okay, so-
still.
Y'all, let's not overanalyze it, Yoki. Like, y'all did play a peaking Rectals
Yeah,
and Geo.
this was a solid series for you guys, it would seem.
I just
But
Loaded up
even
the
more
Carl
solid for
Freaking.
Reckles and
Right.
Geo.
freaky, man. It's just freaky, man.
I mean,
Damn, the points across the board on that game 3 is kind of crazy. Actually, all
Yeah.
of these games. Fucking hell.
y'all doing shit.
I think game 4
There's-
things
probably
are-
the
things are
most
happening.
lackluster.
But like the thing is though, like if you watch the actual games, like you can tell like our chemistry is so bad. Like it's crazy how bad it is. Like whenever I'm on the field, I feel confused. I feel like we're not on the same page at all. Like it feels like we have like 3 conflicting ideas like of what we want, of what all of us want to do on the field. But like when Fuzzle like plays though, I know what he wants to do, so like I don't mind. But like I'm
Mhm.
telling you, like
Okay, well, this is a
Offense puzzle
huge
just don't
problem.
make-
This
Yeah,
is a
that's
huge
all.
problem. There is no 50s from either
Oh,
you
for
or
you.
Zoffy. Like, that's a huge problem. You're seeing Fuzzle gets a lot of good 50s in offense, a few defensive ones. Enzo not really taking a much. Geo getting a monstrous amount of 50s. But you and Zoffy are
Yeah.
not controlling the ball. And not, like,
Oh.
buying time for either Fuzzle to get in a spot that you can use him, or and you know, you could watch the replays and probably with a coach and probably draw a better conclusion, but like this immediately jumps out at me when you're seeing 50s that you're like neither of you are near the ball. Like that's a huge problem. Because like
Right.
Fuzzle's there, Geo's there, Enzo's involved, Rectals isn't as involved, but that's besides the point. Dribbles, like you guys are doing dribbles, but like you're not getting 50s out of them.
Oh.
Like you're just, it looks like you guys might just be like taking it up fields, and we are seeing that interceptions. It looks like you guys are just kind of taking this ball upfield and just losing the possession. You're not keeping the possession, so you're getting one touch and not following it, or not being able to follow it. Your giveaways are a little horizontal. You want to see if you can clean these up a bit, make them more towards the sides. Like you see for you here, Yoki in particular, that they're kind of all over the place. Granted, most of them are kind of out wide, so that's still good. But you just want to try if you can to not have to give away the ball from the center of the map.
Out of curiosity, when this is reading like passes, right?
Yep.
Is it specifically only if the teammate touches it, or is it like if the teammate's within a certain area of the pass and shit? Because
If they touch it.
If they touch it, okay. I know
They
Yoki
make
loves
contact with
to
the ball.
pass, and you know I'm curious if some of those big booms horizontally are passes to his teammates.
They definitely are. So passes are only to teammates.
Well, so but the giveaway, right? The giveaway statistic, we see a lot of horizontal booms.
Huh.
Is
Yeah.
that him passing and the teammate just doesn't touch?
I think you'd have to
it could be.
watch it.
It
You'd have
could
to
be.
actually
You'd have to
watch
check it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to understand how Carl too is reading like that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I mean, it is defined here. Giveaways after a touch, the other team touches the ball next.
Oh.
Pass, ball touch between players on the same team.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's going for the same kind of stuff consistently, but
His teammate
whether
doesn't
it's
get to it,
a
and it goes back to
pass
the enemy.
or a giveaway, it just kind of depends. But overall, the biggest
interception
point here
is a different
the
thing
50s.
completely, right? So
Because
the
like
interception.
we're seeing Yeah.
What's the definition of over 50? Or
Oh, yeah.
Pro 2?
So a 50 is a contested ball event between two opposing players.
That's it.
So
Alright.
that's it. So if two people are touching the ball at the same time,
Mm,
that's a 50.
okay.
And we know that because like how it parses the replay data, it actually runs through the game while and like uses the in-game
right.
simulation. But
Yeah.
just because I've also worked on a replay interpreter, at one point in time, I've seen like the stream of network communication between client and server, and it literally is just like positional stats of where everything is at the exact time and like the frame
Right.
data for it. So that's why you can fly around in it because it's just replaying all the inputs on all the players. But it shows when players are in contact with the ball, and it would count a 50 as this guy is touching ball, this guy's touching ball.
Mm. That's
But it wouldn't count like, oh, you touch the ball back and forth to each other like 3 times.
Right,
I think
right.
that would be considered like I'm pretty sure Linder does some cleanup to make sure that that's like a 50 where it's like those kind of like slightly spaced 50s where it'll bounce back and forth and then bounce out far.
Mm.
Uh,
Right.
that won't count as multiple 50s. That'll only be counted as one 50. You could probably
Right.
do some cleanup on that.
And what was that? What was that
Right.
puzzle stat we want to see? Percentage upfield, right? That's on my end
Oh.
over here, right?
It should be there, yeah.
22. So yeah, him and Rectals are about the same. Right. Oh, sorry. Rectals are 1% lower.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
have
mean,
Ooh, 30
Fuzzle
over there.
High as I thought.
30%,
Yeah, on there.
and I would consider this the mostest accurate.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
But yeah, but also Yoki, you're playing up there quite a bit as well. Looks like you guys are
Well-
probably just in offense a lot, probably.
I mean, the thing is, Puzzle told me to play more upfield because he said, like, in the last series, like, he doesn't understand why I was playing so defensive.
Mhm.
He said he wanted me to push up more so he has somebody to pass to.
Yeah, like if you go and look back at like how I played with him last season, like
Yeah.
we played very fast and tight and had a lot of like offensive pressure with half rotations, looking for each other constantly, and had very synergistic offense that way. Our defense definitely was like our biggest pain point with our second man. When to play second man defensively because we were just always playing offensively with our second man.
Mm.
So personal rec, go look at some of the games that we played last season. You can see how like I played with him, and I think like that is how you use Fuzzle, and that's how you play with Fuzzle. We're over time here
Yeah.
on this series, so
Might
let's
wanna
go
move
ahead.
on.
And
Sorry.
Move on.
I was just looking at what
But
you're
yeah,
doing.
I wanted to offer to everybody some stuff, like some
On to
analysis
the
at the end,
Eslos.
unless it's not like a 3
1-1-3, and then finally some close
Yeah,
games.
finally some close series.
Ooh,
Ooh.
doesn't look like they had a good series.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
like a
heard-
pretty bad shot.
I heard
from
that
both
Goose, like I think either he said it or someone else said it that he said he wasn't feeling that good over the series. Like he's just like, I'm playing like shit today, kind of thing. That's fine, but also, haha,
Yeah.
Monster Mario farming.
Yeah,
Hey,
almost
like I
600
said,
out.
man.
With
Monster Mario
Seaman-
top 3 player.
600, 600 average is expected, guys.
That's
Yes,
crazy.
sir. Expect.
Oh my
Top 3
god.
player. Top 3 player, baby. Top 3 player in the league. Yes, sir.
My goat, what
Michael
the
Monster
fuck?
Mario. What did I say?
Holy
Literally from episode 1.
He almost shot 1,000 the
Top-
first game. That's crazy. 929 points.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
no wonder he dropped 1,000.
Dude,
Shaq
Shaq
wasn't
92?
doing anything.
Jesus
He
Christ.
wasn't doing anything. Mario's doing
Yo,
everything.
Shaq was sitting there, was like, yeah, then like go outside and score.
Yeah, good team.
It's like, yeah, go Mario, do your thing, man.
Look, I think it's totally valid to just let players work.
Oh,
Like if
yeah,
somebody's having a
100%.
monster game, just let them work. Don't even
Yeah.
get in their way,
Yeah, just give him the ball, get out of the way. Like,
right?
MJ
I mean,
mentality.
Mario averaging
Hospital.
3 saves a game, 1.5 demos, 0.75 assists, 1.5 goals. Like it's
Jesus.
disgusting.
3 saves of the game average. That's expected of him. Oh, that's
Jeez.
Disgusting,
He is
tough.
throwing up the numbers.
That's why he has Monster in front of his name, bro.
right?
tough.
The season's named after him.
Exactly. on, man. Dude, I remember when
Oh.
people were sleeping that like Monster Mario was like not top 3. I was like, bruh. I was like,
That's
this is
crazy.
late, bro. This is late, like for real. Like I
did
was telling everyone,
actually-
he impacts the game. Like I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
he actually like forces it. Like he forces it on you. Like you have to fucking like do something. You got it.
That Carl
Oh,
2
yeah.
score is
110.
ridiculous.
And maybe it was
The
110.
110 is
110.
gross. You're smurfing
Wow.
if you're at a 110.
Yeah, I'm
One thing
saying,
I
bro.
did want to look at though is the win versus loss statistics.
Oh,
Yeah, basically, if you gave Monster Mario the ball, you were 8% more likely
Oh
to win the
my.
game.
8%.
Jesus.
There's an 8% difference between, on average, 8% difference between when he won versus when he lost. Oh yeah, give Mario the ball. That's basically what that says. And do not make Goose last man.
Mm.
So if Goose plays like a little bit more aggressive to like if like his teammates rotate for him a little bit more, that's probably gonna alleviate this stat quite a bit. Shaq, why you biased to left side? What is this? That's weird. Yeah, give Mario the ball. Mario kind of touches the ball whether this about the same whether he's like winning or losing. A little bit higher when he's winning, obviously, but yeah, Maples again like 6 more average touches, and granted it's only over one game, but one game where he won, but had touched the ball 6 more times than on average when he lost.
Can we see the self touches and that kind of stuff on that data table? I just want to
Yeah.
see because like I was curious earlier. I think it was before we started recording and stuff. We looked at this, talking about it, and wanted to see what Maples and I guess Monster Mario are pulling for that stuff as well. Self touches, all touches.
On
Touches
22,
here.
basically.
So, and we mentioned this, I think,
Holy.
offline. The 3 numbers are defensive, mid, neutral, and offensive. So Maples on average is making 4 self touches a game in
In the
defense.
defensive, third.
So if he's losing most of his games, he's probably making 1 too many touches defensively, and it's not clearing it out enough, and maybe like Delta or Goose don't have enough time to get boosts, and they could eventually get starved out that way. But also big fucking deal. 10 touches a game, not fantastic. 13, not fantastic. 21, that's starting to look like an S tier player. You had Shack House had what 96 points one game.
92.
So I'm not gonna
Yeah,
I'm not gonna hate on that, but definitely controlling things down defensively. Seems controlling things defensively. Mario's being a
Jesus,
fucking
Mario,
monster.
what?
Average of 10 defensive ball touches a game,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and then an average of almost 4 self touches a game, most of which are in defense and offense. Really, no neutral touches is interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's. It doesn't look like that could be interesting because that means like he could not be setting himself up. His teammates are setting him up.
I'm looking at the passes received though. Passes given, passes received. So Shackhouse passing. Monster Mario highest passing average or passes given.
Yep.
Huh.
But Seam's receiving them. They're sending the ball to Seam, and Mario and Shackhouse are about the same.
Yeah.
And most of those passes are actually defensive.
That's interesting.
But Seam receives them everywhere. Seam's always looking to receive passes, which is good. If Mario and Shackhouse want to send the ball away and to alleviate pressure, having one player that's just there and like he's looking for those passes as second mans or your off-ball person, like that's fantastic. Like that's going to be a really strong team going forward.
Can we look at the demo map for S tier? I just want to see what maybe the difference looks like. I just want to see like how many people are dying and killing. Jeez, Mario died a lot midfield.
I mean, dying in midfield's like I feel like that's the most okay.
Mhm.
You definitely
Don't want to die.
get the most value in top of the map, but you
Yeah.
could be like losing out on executions of plays.
Yeah.
These seem to
And
be more kind of
probably worse
rotational
'cause they're
demos.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
This is where pads are. It's like this is a pad because here's the mid, here's the pad, here's this pad that links these two. There's one right here and one right here, I think. Yeah, this is kind of just like rotating offensively. Once you do want like, I mean, he averaged 3 saves a game, so I'm not going to say that you don't want to like just be careful of getting demoed on defense, but like you're averaging 3 saves a game. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. And like 1 for 3 or 1 for 3.
All grounded demos, no aerial demos. I just wanted
The
to
aerial
check.
demos are kind of.
That's going to be rare,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
Interactions. Let's look at these real quick. Seam slamming the fucking ball.
Straight to Mario.
Oh.
Straight to Mario.
I was gonna
Oh,
say, is
yeah,
that
you're
one?
Giving away.
Sorry, that was pass map. This is a kind of a problem. Maples
Yeah.
is slamming the ball upfield to a
Yeah, but he had
waiting
100%
person.
rating, so it can't be.
I mean, it's based on all their stats and then
I
the
know, I
aggregate
know.
calculation.
But it's funny as fuck though that like Carl 2 is just like, oh yeah.
Shaq House. He was never intercepting and he
Dang.
wasn't dunking anybody in offense. Mario.
It definitely seemed like
intercept-
Mario was receiving.
Yeah, Mario's just playing deep third here. This is what this is, because like look at all these touches from Maples that are just upfield bangs. Is this to Mario? Yeah, I bet it is. And it's like literally just the opposite. So Maples
see.
was just sending the ball upfield to Mario all series.
Mhm.
But I mean, this could have been Shack House and Seam raising hell in offense, and then Mario's
Forcing
just
him
like,
to bang.
yeah. So they force out the bang because Maples is finally the only one that has like boost or something like that, or the one that's playing it out
Yeah.
of defense.
Delta
And then
Goose
Mario's
both
just there to
lose.
collect.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like look at like that ties in perfectly with the interceptions to the giveaways. Monster Mario was living rent free in Maple's head during that series.
Dude, you know what I like about Mario too is his ego. Like I love his ego. Like he's like so chill, but then like obviously when it's about the game, like strictly the game, like he's like, oh yeah, like I'm better. And like I love that about him. Like, he's so fucking good, dude. But, oh yeah.
Not many 50s
Blazes,
across the board.
Yeah. This is probably like these two is probably just a lack of following their touches, which I mean, if Mario's having the time of his fucking life, don't 50 the ball. Just like
Yeah, just let it
get
get
the
banged,
ball to
yeah.
Mario and keep going.
But interestingly enough, Delta and Goose having super high 50s, 50 count.
Mostly in the neutral area.
Yeah, I mean, it's them
Which-
pushing up the field probably, right? And then just getting that
Yeah, and
resistance.
then getting, they're being caged in with these
Yeah.
kind of ones. If they're getting more 50s up top, then they're sustaining pressure. But
Yeah.
if they're in the middle, they're losing the pressure.
Yeah.
Or they're getting shut down on their opportunities. But yeah, let's keep moving.
You're,
That was 7.5 minutes.
This is a
on
cool
them.
though. This is a cool one though.
Yeah, I think looking at the
60
Carl data for
people,
the
yeah.
S tiers might be worth in general. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
let's go check out the Jormungandr versus Race 2-3. So a
Our
close
first game
series.
5, baby.
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice, Faith. Yeah, Faith. Oh yeah,
Let's
Faith
go,
was telling me
Faith.
about that. He was telling me that
What a good series.
he just played like as the attacker. Like he was the guy who just went in and like scored basically. Like he just played for himself and it worked. So fuck it, man.
Yeah, Faith has definitely put in most of the goals for his team. 1.8 average, almost 2 goals a game. Really high points for this lobby, like 500 average.
Ooh, Ruby's had a good.
Yeah, Faith was saying that like all he's having to slide do is like try to stay in the play as much as possible to keep it there. And I don't think he said anything for Bloom, but I just remember talking to Faith about it and he said he just went hard.
This was an explosive series. Check this out.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what's that?
Holy Christ.
Wow.
Oh my. The death
Yeah,
man.
was going crazy.
Samino. You got something to talk about, bro? That's a lot of demos.
Yo, he's angry from my podcast takes, guys. He's angry.
Right?
He's angry. Well,
I'm.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Did he barely play last week? I need to check
I
this.
don't know.
His average demos for the league was 0.8, and now it's a 2.3 or something like that, and that's expected of him. So like it didn't give him a green arrow, you know, on this end. Oh, it does here. Okay, right here it did.
Yeah, this compares it to the league.
Oh, across the league. Okay.
Yeah, so
here,
for all S tier players.
Just so you can see what I'm talking about, right? A 0.89 to a 2.4 this game, but it like it's only, you know, an average, I guess, or he didn't get a green arrow here, which I'd expect from that, but yeah.
That's weird. I'll have to look into that and see why that's not correct. Because if the league average is 0.89, and then you got a 2.4,
Yeah, he should definitely
that
be
Z-score
getting a
should
green
be
uptick.
like 1 or 2. But it works fine for most things, but it can get wacky if you have like a calculation like that where it's like relying on like it relies on like 5 or 6 different calculated things.
Yeah, I'm, you know,
It was a bitch to set up, and I'm never doing it again. But
It's-
man, that automation fucking sick.
you know, I'm not knocking your little
Of course,
tableau here.
Tableau.
Deadly. Deadly.
So Race took this one.
Hey, oh my
The games
goodness,
that they
Faith,
lost.
Faith, why are you averaging 700 points a game?
500
I mean, it's
average
500.
across the.
So,
Yeah.
so his bad games, he plays at 360. My bad.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is like,
He had a 396 and a 208 as his bad game, or as his bad game.
dude, everybody on both teams was like exhausted by game 5. Nobody was like
Oh,
a
yeah.
high scorer.
Yeah.
I mean, with how many
done.
demos Samina is getting, my brain would be cooked.
Yeah.
But we can look at the interaction maps too and see if there's any trends. Samina's slamming the fucking ball. Hit it sideways. Faith is giving away the ball horizontally entirely. Samino and Rubies are both hitting that ball upfield or like vertically, and they're being met with rotation. So I would hope, but they're not giving it away in the center, so that, well, at least Rubies isn't giving it away in the center, so that's good.
Yeah, it seems like basically everyone's here. He's doing a good job of keeping it out of the middle when giving away the
I
ball.
would just Samino needs to watch his hits upfield, because they look a little bit givey of just like get this ball out, slam it upfield. Like ideally you'd want the giveaways to be, you know, on the sides of the field. Like Faith's giveaways here are actually pretty good. Like he's hitting it from the sidewall to like a defender here, so they have to make a save. He is hitting this deep across field and it's being received. He's hitting this laterally across the field and it's being, you know, received. But that's a different play that they have to start up all the way over here, rather than something that's like, hey, we saw this in the Monster Mario series. Samino and Jacek playing a lot like Maples here, where they're sending the ball upfield to a third that's ready for the go, and then, you know, they have the mechanics to execute on that. So definitely just try and look for a little bit more lateral when you're trying to give away the ball. Interceptions, anything cool here? Yeah, this is Faith receiving the ball kind of in third man positions, which is kind of tied to where Samino is giving the ball away. Bloom's also sitting there playing deep, receiving those balls, controlling them, taking them up the pitch.
So
Slide two.
when we look at that Bloom interception map, and we see
Yep.
Bloom at his net, and there's that line going all the way out, is that where the ball came from?
Yep.
Okay. So ball, yeah. So Nem threw it from there. and
Bottom
caught it.
towards his net. Bottoms is toward his net, and top is toward that. So Nem just sent that bitch all the
Yeah,
way from
From
downtown.
like third.
Yeah, and then Bloom was just back and
Yeah.
took it somewhere. but he intercepted
Okay.
it.
I was wondering if it was his line he took after intercepting, or if it was where he received the interception from. But yeah, it makes
Where
sense. Yeah.
So that's why when I said that, like, Faith is like just playing back, and Bloom and Sly are just playing back. Like, you see these dots is where they're receiving the ball. Most of them are defensively, so we're seeing a lot of these bangs that we saw in the giveaways are ending up in the top half, and that's them. That's Faith,
Receiving,
Bloom,
yeah.
and Sly receiving those.
Yeah.
50s look pretty good.
Bloom,
A little
lot
bit
of
less
50s.
defensive. So what we're seeing in the 50s and the giveaways is likely, like, for Bloom's story, why he's taking defensive 50s is likely they're banging the ball upfield, which we see in the giveaways, and then just following it
Yeah.
and getting it. So that's like the difference. Like, we didn't see that in A tier when we were talking about it earlier. Like, they would just slam it upfield and then don't follow it. I think that we were talking about that in your series, Yoki, about how you guys might need to adjust. But yeah, so this is like the S tier equivalent of, yeah, we're banging it upfield, but at least we're gonna go get a 50 afterwards.
Yeah.
But that's why we're seeing Faith and well, I say that, and then Sly has 0 defensive 50s. But we can at least see that from Bloom's one, so it's probably happening more often in here.
Can we see that data table as well? I just want to see their touches and I'm quite interested in that. So self touches. Sly with almost 5 average. Off all to the right, second to last. Yeah, self touches.
5 average is crazy.
Yeah.
What? Most of them defensive. But how many 50s did he take? And they're not.
He took
50.
2. Yeah. Yeah, he's just received the ball for free.
So good.
I mean,
he's taking his 50s in the mid and top, which is, yeah, you want to take your 50s up there. He receives his passes in the top and back, so he's receiving back passes very well. And on offense, he's getting he's like receiving the ball, and they're keeping pressure with that. Also dishing out the ball a lot, but never in the neutral. You guys don't play your neutrals.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
So
it's probably a lot
we've
more
seen that across the
banging.
board, though. Is a lot of people kind of don't really play the neutral position.
Yeah, nobody's playing neutral because they're taking fucking 15 touches a game, slamming the goddamn ball.
Yeah.
Nobody's playing possessed here. This was a very, like, slam-heavy series.
Is it really that little amount of ball touches in a game on average?
Like that's average.
Dude, I feel like that's crazy. I mean, it is 3s. I assume these stats would be quite different in 2s.
Yeah.
But, like, still, like, is it really... I mean, it's got to... The Carl 2 has to do something, like, that gets rid of, like, dribbling. Because I think in a game, you'll get, like, the MVP for, like,
it's like
50
8 touches if you dribble it.
Yeah. So it must, like, not...
It would count that
up.
as one. It counts that as one touch.
Okay, I mean, as it should. I think it's always weird when you, like, play a game and you get an MVP for fucking, like, 50 ball touches. Dribble map?
The dribble map, yeah. That's what I was exactly going to. Control. There's actually, there's a few. There's enough that it would be, like, considered, like, multiple touches and self-touches and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, I think it is just still a lot of, like, heavy hits.
Yeah.
That's why we're not seeing anybody play the neutral.
I mean, the boost maps look good on the S tier games.
Yeah, looking pretty good. They could take more offensively, especially these ones. Though Bloom did play a bit farther back, so it's, like, not totally on him. Samino, this is pretty good starving here. Faith, good, decent starving. He takes these ones, so he's not overcommitting in offense, but he is making sure to top himself off when he can. Like, having 2 average at this line is pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Samino is, or sorry, not Samino. Rubies is just stealing corners. That's the only thing he sees. He is
Yeah.
rotating fucking wide. He's not playing bad. Nem is kind of just not getting a ton of. Actually, it's fine. He's not doing anything offensive boost stealing. He's mostly playing defensive here. I wonder if we go down to his map. Yeah, you can see Nem's not in the offense. He's playing defensive. So that tracks Sly is there doing stuff. Looking kind of average in this. That's a mistake. You should never have 0 on any pad, really. If you're playing in the S tier. What I expect from an S tier player is like Rubies, Samino, and Faith, where
Yeah.
they're actually like, he might have 2 zeros, but he's got a 5.5 on a center pad. Like, his center pads are phenomenal. He's playing this center so well.
Boy, and that line on the like 2/3 up the field.
Yeah,
Like
he's playing up here and he's playing right here.
Right.
4.4 in the midfield. I mean, yeah, his midfield is crazy. That's actually insane. Like
Yeah,
not
there's
just a
not a lot
5.5, but
Oh, wait, let's look at the data tables again. Where was Faith's midfield
Which was
touches?
oh,
50-50s. Yeah, there we go. It does track. Yeah, he's getting his touches in the midfield.
Okay.
Not receiving passes, but not losing possession. Intercepting a lot in the midfield and defense. Self touches mostly in the defense and offense. That's where you get your outplays, so that makes sense. Not as many touches. Most of his touches are defensive, but that's fine, whatever. But yeah, base midfield definitely probably really showed that game.
Yeah.
But
yeah, how he's getting his
is
goals.
that? Do we have one last one?
Yeah, we got one more
One
game
last
to
one.
look at.
Perfect.
One last series for the S tier.
Yes.
Another 5-game series.
Kong Night Stalkers 3-2. Kong takes it. Ooh, it's just
That's
average
my
across
team.
the board.
This is a slugfest.
Bass with the high scoring first game. So with the 72 points first game.
Whoa. Yeah.
You know, the only thing I was scared about for Night Stalkers was Sosa.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, this also looks like a good
Okay.
series from
no, it's definitely a good series, yeah. But that's because Saban's a fucking carry.
Saban and
They've
Ascended.
been 500 average in this
Yeah.
lobby.
Like, if Saban wasn't here, it might have been a 3-1, 3-0.
I agree with that. Sosa
Yeah,
needs
kinda
more
unfortunate.
time in game.
Yeah, and I think he'll be like way better by the end of the season. So,
Big saves on
At a
Saban that last game.
900?
damn,
Oh
Good
yeah. fuck.
God.
I didn't even notice.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah, 933.
God.
6 saves, 2 goals, 1 assist.
All that
3
and only a
shots.
97% is crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it.
Monster.
Yeah,
Just
this
based
is
off
all
of the
expected for
previous
T Saban.
Yeah, yeah. For everybody across the board. T Saban with a 2.2 average
Yeah.
saves.
Y'all forgot about demos.
Nah.
Wait, what? Where's all the demos?
Wait,
There's
what the
so
heck?
many
Yeah.
deaths. There's so many deaths. Yet there's like no kills.
Yeah, what does that mean? Like, I don't understand. Like,
Ended Sosa. Huh? Okay, so sometimes this can happen. Like you see this here where it's killed by blank. Because it processes the game at like 500% speed, it can do this sometimes. It doesn't happen super often, but whenever it does happen, it's just like I would just have to rerun the replay through the thing, and then it would be good.
Another 42
Um,
times, or is that like?
I could just do it once on this specific one, and it would do it, but it'd still take enough time that it's not worth doing right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that can happen sometimes, but for the most part, yeah, if you're just seeing these like blank ones, yeah, 3 blank demos here that weren't accredited to any player. I'm not sure why that happens, but it can just happen sometimes. But the deaths are accurate, even if it's not credited to anyone, they'd still die. Oh, this might be due to goal explosions.
Oh.
Oh, that makes total sense. Yeah, that's due to goal explosions. So this is a little inflated.
Huh.
Cause like yeah, like think about like the missile one.
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly what I was thinking of.
That's all dead.
But that one is a little sus.
I don't know about that one. That
Unless somebody got like the black hole, you get sucked in.
There's no way this one's a goal explosion over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's probably just it would just need to go through the reanalysis, and it would clean it up. But I mean, we do know that they at least died there. That is accurate.
Yeah.
And based on the deaths, yeah, Sosa stopped getting demoed in defense. Ascended stopped getting demoed in defense. Saban does a great job. Like 2 deaths in the entire series. Kyle only 2 deaths. That's good. If you get demoed, being in the neutral is okay. If you want to get demoed in offense. But that's going to be a lot harder to achieve. Interaction maps. Bassett's finding people. Pass maps.
That's the...
Giveaways are a bit all over. We're seeing a few towards the middle here, and that can be problematic. So it's, just watch it. But you have good lateral utilization overall, so it's fine.
Yeah, Ascended specifically doing a great job of keeping the ball in the middle.
Oh, this out of the center is fantastic. We love this. It's beautiful. I love seeing that.
Saban's interceptions are crazy. He's just receiving the ball on defense.
Oh god.
Oh my god, he's just fucking going. That's crazy. Saban sticks to the fucking ball. Sosa sends it away. No, like he's not starting anything in this like neutral offense. Like his offense and defense control just like starts there. But like look at Bass's control,
Bass is
man.
controlling it everywhere.
Oh my goodness. This is one chain. It's fantastic. Bass just keeps on that ball. Oh, I would have loved. Oh, look at this 3D map. This is so sick. Bass's dribble is like, yeah, he took this ball from midfield, brought it through the corner, and did something with it afterwards. Either threatening,
maybe one of those pass outs, probably to Kyle or
something like that.
He and Kyle, they go crazy together.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like look at his like vertical one too. Like he's taking the ball out, and he's taking it up to at least midfield height, like at least crossbar height, and doing something with it, and trying to put things towards net. Like he even got this one's an air dribble. He got from this corner into the net. Yeah, great series possession there from Bass. Yeah, I mean, he is a very mechy, keep the ball on my hood and double flip reset on your mom type of player.
Yo, that's my goat.
Yeah, you can see Saban's a lot more grounded compared to Bass. Yeah,
A lot of 50s, my goodness.
Really good 50s on offense from Ascended. Sosa's doing pretty good there in that department as well. Saban's a bit all over. Kyle has taken a lot of defensive 50s. And they're all in front of his net. And they're all from Ascended. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 50s with Ascended in defense is
that's crazy.
Kind of crazy. So this might be like if he's first manning and getting these 50s, I have to think that there's probably, and we're not seeing like a lot of interceptions in the offensive half. Yeah, so it's a little bit lighter here. It's not here in the center. Well, we know it's not here in the center because he's fucking 50ing every single ball in front of their net. So I would just make sure that like Sosa's receiving some of them. Saban's kind of actually got a little bit of a void here in the middle. So for these 50s that Ascended is getting, these might not be being utilized as they should be.
Hmm.
And that's something that maybe they can look for in their series. But I mean, granted, this is all looking at data. They're good players and they're going to watch their own replays and go over things as a team. And maybe that's something they pick up and already know of, or maybe it's something they don't catch on or completely disagree with. But this is at least what, you know, we have automated that I can understand.
Right.
Just to be thorough with it, could we also? Oh wait, yeah, where are they placing those?
They're nobody is
No-
a shooter.
no
They're just
top
kind of
mins.
placing it.
Yeah.
No top min. Oh, I mean,
Well,
Bass is definitely, you know, he's got some placement.
Yeah.
Everybody's just kind of putting this shit in the center, not gonna lie. He reworked this. This is so sick. I love this.
Hmm.
Kyle's a slaughter.
Yeah, bottom right over and over.
Oh, average goal speed. Y'all need to hit this bitch faster. This is disappointing.
Hmm. That's cool. That's cool showing average goal speed. That's
Yeah.
I
really
didn't know that.
Wow.
Oh, let's decrease that or increase that resolution. That's not
Decrease?
helpful.
Yeah.
It's bigger.
Bleed distance? Oh, okay.
And the Gaussian decay. That's so fucking sick. I love Linder so much.
Damn.
So this is like where he placed all his goals and like
Right.
how much of the ball was in each thing. And this is the yucky view. That was the original. That was the original one.
Hmm.
But let's look at the series averages. Look at the data tables real quick, and we can wrap this up.
Yes, sir.
But can we also see those pad lines? The pads.
Oh, yeah.
In the midfield.
Let's do that first.
Ooh.
Pad lines.
A lot of green, my
Yeah, a lot of green in the defensive half.
People are driving back and covering the center of the field, which I kind of would expect from, you know, S tier players here. Like we're seeing a lot of good midfield utilization. They're getting these interceptions in the back half, and you know, securing their boost when they can. Kind of weird that Sosa and Ascended and T Saban all missed
What
this
the
pad.
hell?
None of them
What?
Not a
grabbed this
single
pad.
one.
Not a single time in 5
Huh.
games. None of
That's
them
weird.
grabbed this pad
That's so weird.
once. That's
Wow.
wild.
That is, yeah, that is wild.
That's why they
Meanwhile-
lost. They
Oh.
needed this pad.
Wait. Look at the top right zero pad. They also didn't touch that one.
Wait, yeah.
Oh yeah, huh?
What
Look at the top. Look at the top zero
Okay.
pad.
Actually,
Ascended,
so
and
this might
Steven,
be-
They just didn't grab
There's
them.
no way that happened. That's probably a replay processing bug.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like, wait.
That they're
in sync.
perfectly
They're fucking in
matched like
sync.
that?
Yeah, yeah. Like
That's
That's
weird.
probably just a bug.
Oh my God.
Okay,
I was gonna say,
I'm gonna
it-
send this whole podcast to Linder and be like, hey, we went over this and this is how we utilized it. Any comments /
Am I needed here?
what's up?
the thing on the right. Look for
Yeah,
teammates.
your-
don't
your
assume
notes.
react.
Am I needed here? Good
Spiritually.
note.
Oh,
Oh, got
already.
taken once. It's broken.
Immediately.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was bugged.
Well, now we know. Oh, another one. There you go.
So it is
Yeah,
just broken.
it's just broken,
That's
yeah.
a replay. That's just a replay parsing based on like how fast they're doing stuff. 3.
Oh yeah, wait,
Why
yeah.
would you
Obviously, it's gonna
confirm
get
that?
taken at least once. It's
Or
to take on kickoff. Shit, this is a good game. He's nuts. These goals are nuts.
I got taken. All right, enough of that.
Yeah. We know
proved
now.
the point.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to show you guys what a Carl 2 analysis looks like and why it can miss stuff, and we could throw this in as like an additional thing. When you actually do like a single game analysis, you have to have the premium version to do multi-series analysis. But when you process a replay, we'll just take this one. This is what it looks like. So, when the game's moving this fast, it can miss stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see how.
I mean, it still gets everything at a pretty fast rate. Like, it processed 42 replays in, like, what? Almost 20 minutes?
Oh, that's why
Not
you said it
even,
did
like
it 42 times. I thought
15 minutes.
I thought when you said it
Did
did it
that
42 times.
times.
Yeah, I thought you were saying per game to get like all the details.
No,
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 it's
no,
just doing one game. I see. One per
Yep.
game. Okay.
There's 42 games left.
All right. I guess we'll officially end it there then, right? I'm
Yep.
kind of sad that we did see it get taken. I was hoping we would just have a full game where it was not touched.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Linder would love it. He'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Thanks for watching for the 6th episode of the podcast. Thank you, Darty.
You're
Carl
welcome.
Data 2, or Carl 2 Data. Thailands, thank you for being here, like always, and helping out. And Akuma, of course, our producer.
Yo.
Thank you for watching. And remember, get those guest forms in if you want to be part of the podcast. All right? Just submit it, and we'll get you in.
We'll put it in the league resources, and I'll drop an announcement. Maybe. Probably.
Maybe.
Probably.
But yeah, thank you for watching. Peace.